Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
So, there are some things I feel like every guy has to do before he dies. Every guy needs a bucket list. And one of them is a lad's holiday. You owe it to yourself at least once. And some guys say that if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't do it. No point going. Do it anyway. I swear to God, do it anyway. I've only been on one lad's holiday, and if I never have another one again, at least I had one, because it was fucking amazing. It was second year of uni, and our mate and his son had just come in, and rather than being responsible adults like putting it away and let's say using it for something practical, we decided to go to Tenerife. You know what? It only cost about 450 quid, I reckon. 500 for an all-inclusive hotel, flight included, all-inclusive breakfast, lunch and dinner. And when you go on a lad's holiday with your mates, when you get to the country, wherever you're going, you just feel like a completely different person. You feel like you're off the grid. You feel like you can just warp into a new set of skin and just be the person you want to be, because no one fucking knows you there. No one knows what you like. You just have the chance to like try on a new personality. We just decided on that holiday we were just going to be wild and do whatever the fuck we wanted. So it was just drinking, clubs, more drinking, beaches, water parks, exploring, more drinking, and yes, some sex. Some, like, not much though, to be honest. We didn't pour that much. Oh, but the clubs on a lad's holiday compared to like the ones in England, it's not like in England where there's different club around the city. In Tenerife anyway, it's just one long street, a big strip of clubs. And when we got there, it was like going to Disneyland. I was just looking at these, like, a big line of about 7 clubs, and I was just like, it's a whole new world, so many hoes to pull. And we get out of the taxi, and this Spanish woman just yells after us, 20 euros and you can come and see my friend's tits. And I look at our friend and I yell, I can see her tits from here. They were fucking massive. We get into the club, and I tell you, girls on holiday, they go fucking insane. Jay's dad was right. They go fucking mental. They let loose. As soon as we get into the club, 5 minutes later, this curvy girl, she was alright looking. She just comes up to me, and she just starts wringing her tongue around and goes, do you want a shag? And I had just got to the club, so I kind of want to ease into everything a bit first. And I was like, maybe? And she just took a step back. She was stunned that I hadn't said yes. So she turns to my mate and goes, is he gay? And my mate goes, yeah, he's gay. And I'm like, no, shut up, mate. Come on, I'm considering this. And she's like, oh, fuck you then. And she walks off. Jesus. Even if you're in a relationship, go anyway. Our mate was in a relationship. He still had an amazing time. Would he have had a better time if he was single? Yeah, he probably would have. But we still had an amazing time. We didn't just go on nights out. We went to the beaches. We went to the beaches. We went to the beaches. We played football. We made friends with some girls. And we all played football with them. Well, one of them anyway. We only met up with one of them. But either way, it was great. We went on big walks to the mountains. We tried out loads of different pubs. And I gotta say, when the best moments on the holiday weren't when we were in the clubs. It was when we were just sitting down on the balcony, all-inclusive drinks around us. We were just sitting down on the balcony, watching the sun go down. Our back to a nice chair, our feet up on the table, and we were just enjoying our drinks, watching the sun go down, listening to some music. And I turned to my mate and I go, this is the fucking life right here. Sitting down with your mates, enjoying some drinks, chatting shit, and not a single trouble in the world. There was nothing to worry about. It was just complete bliss and happiness. You owe it to yourself once in your life to have that moment with your mates of just pure happiness, nothing bothering you. And I gotta say, when you're on the lads holiday with your mates, you just become closer. Me and my mates, we would just be at bars and we would just get into drinks and we would just talk and talk and talk, and it was just different from when you're back at home. You just felt more free. You felt like you could just let loose and be the person you've always wanted to be. In some ways, I wish I could bring the person who I was in Tenerife back to the UK. Granted, I'd be fat and hungover most of the time, but it was liberating. Oh, obviously, bad thing about Tenerife was that every time we would come out to a club, prostitutes would come up to us. They'd be like waiting outside the clubs like fucking stalkers. They just can't just be like, 300 euros, you can fuck me. 150 euros, you can fuck me. And I would just try and walk past them like, no, please. Trying to get back to my taxi. Don't tempt me. I'm getting drunk. And the more and more drunk you got, you'd just, you'd start thinking, maybe I should. No, don't do it. Just get back to the taxi and go home. The last day before we were going to get the plane back, my mate goes, should we go on one last night out? Come on, let's fucking do it. Let's fucking go on one last night out. Come on, let's do it. And we did. And it was fucking brilliant. And we were about to get the last taxi home. It was about 4 a.m. And this cougar was in the club. And she was eyeing me up all night. And I was like, you know what? It's time to tick something off the bucket list. I've always wanted to make out of a cougar. So I started making out of her. And she goes, you haven't heard of me, have you? And I go, of course I haven't fucking heard of you. I don't live here. She goes, trust me, after I'm through with you, all the 20-year-olds will be shit compared to what I'm going to do. So I was like, fucking hell, what is she going to do to me? And she goes, go get a condom. And so I go buy one, like a fucking kid buying a Yorkie bar. So excited. And then, so she's like, let's go back then. Let's go back to my place. Let's get a taxi. And then my mate goes, Elijah, you're not going back with her. We got a plane to catch tomorrow. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll make it to the airport. It's fine. No, you won't, Elijah. You come to us. No, it's fine. Elijah, you're coming with us. Fuck! So he made me get in the taxi with them. They were looking back on it. It's a good thing that he did, because otherwise I would have woken up in that. I would have woken up at her place, and I would have to have found a way back to the hotel and pack my stuff in time. So I probably would have missed my plane. Yeah, gotta say, it's one of those times that I'll never forget, and you never will either. You owe it to yourself at least once. It doesn't matter where you go. It can be Amsterdam, Spain, Ibiza, Africa, Iceland. Just a week away with the boys. Nothing can really beat it. Could it have been better somehow? Yeah. I mean, granted, the hotel we stayed at was a bit far out of the way. We had to get a taxi there. It took like half an hour to get to the clubs every fucking time. But hey, nothing's perfect. You just gotta not overthink everything and just go for most stuff. That's what, when you get back on holiday, you sort of realise what is important and what isn't important. You realise that the time with your friends and just making good memories is more important than being cautious and wondering if things won't work out, because we did make mistakes on the holiday and we did fuck up sometimes. Heck, first night out, I lost 300 euros. 300 euros. Before I even had my first drink, I lost 300 euros. What did I do? I kept drinking to get over the pain. Granted, I spent more money that night as well because I was really drunk, but that's not the point. And I nearly threw up in the hot tub that night as well. Well, actually not that night, the next morning. We were in the hot tub and I was hanging so badly, and I took a sip of hot chocolate. I was like, so I quickly ran out of the hot tub and sprinted into the toilet, and I could feel it rising up in my stomach. I was like porridge just bubbling up to the surface, like, and then right into the toilet seat. So yeah, great time in Tenerife. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, as any help is appreciated, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.